Hello, Pain to Possibilities. How is everyone doing? My name is Dina, and I am the Chief Curator here at Pain to Possibilities. I am here today to tell you a little bit more about the whole understanding your pain. If you've been following the emails, we're trying to just start this learning process off by giving you a really strong framework for understanding where pain comes from. And so it can be quite complex, but we're going to try and break it down into little bite-sized digestible pieces. So if you are on Facebook and you're not yet on our Pain to Possibilities Connect Facebook page, I invite you to join us because we are doing a deeper dive into understanding where pain comes from. And again, always in small digestible pieces. So we're going to dive in today a little bit more and talk about, we briefly touched on before acute versus chronic pain. And the reason why this is important, because again, we're giving you the sort of the fundamentals of what pain and where pain comes from. But the most important thing you need to know up front is that 100% of the time, pain is both emotional and physical. And that is really important because a lot of us get stuck on that physical portion, and we'll filter down and tell you a little bit more. Getting back to the whole acute versus chronic pain thing, acute pain is really the short term, you slammed your finger in the car door, you injured yourself in soccer, you got a nasty bruise from bumping into something. That pain you feel is your body's way of protecting you. It's sort of your body's way of saying, hey, there may be damage here. I don't want to push any further in case we create more problems, which is a beautiful system and it works amazingly. Once we get past that injury and we sort of have resolved it or we've dealt with it, and then now things start to change a little bit. So if it lasts more than 6 months and beyond, we're getting into the chronic pain. And chronic pain is absolutely 100% of the time, both emotional and physical. But the difference is that now chronic pain starts to alter the brain and its neural pathways. And so that's where things get a little complicated. So bear with me here. There are 3 things that we really need to consider when it comes to both emotional and physical pain. Your limbic system is what is directly related to your emotions. Your cerebral cortex is also very much a part of pain, and it is more or less your thoughts or your beliefs. And then we get into your prefrontal cortex, which is all to do with your attention. Okay, so bear with me here. If you visualize, and you may have heard this analogy before, but it just works beautifully. If you've heard about the pain dial, okay, you can think about either the dial on a radio or on a stovetop. We want to be able to dial that pain down. We want to be in control where we can dial that pain down. And when you understand where your pain comes from, it's a little easier to be able to control that dial. Okay, so knowing that we have that ability, and I know that might be kind of out there, but we absolutely, with time and practice and tools, and your current protocol, there are things that we can do to dial down that pain. Okay, so 3 things that are really important in understanding how to dial down your pain is, number 1, stress and anxiety. Number 2, mood. And number 3, your attention. What are you focusing on? Okay. Again, this might be a message you have to hear over and over again for it to really sink in. So take your time. It'll come. Okay. First thing, stress and anxiety. If your stress is up, if your anxiety is up higher that day, you might just notice, or maybe you haven't noticed yet, that your pain levels will go up. If your mood is a little low, then it leaves a little more space for those negative thoughts to kind of slide in there, and then that increases the amount of pain. So not to say you have to be up and happy all the time, but again, we're going to learn how to deal with those emotions so that it will directly impact the physical pain as well. And then finally, the attention or our focus. What are we focusing on? Are we focusing on the sensation of the pain? Are we focusing on how much the pain is hurtful or bothering you? Are we focusing on what perhaps we have lost with chronic pain? So again, not that we ever want to push those feelings aside, but we need to address them and we need to work through them. Okay. And so I'm going to leave you with those three for now. Again, these are things we're going to keep bringing back in to our equation because again, 100% of the time, pain is physical and pain is emotional. Okay. So, you spend a lot of time addressing that physical side, which is great, but we're also going to spend some time so that they can work together, because they never work in singularity. They always work together. Then we can sort of take you off in a healthier direction. Okay. Thank you so much for listening. Thank you for being a part of this, and hope you're having a fantastic day. We'll talk to you soon. Bye for now.